I'm Kyle, and welcome back to Bedtime Verses with Kyle. Just a little poetry to help you get ready for bed. Tonight is FOLIO Friday, and we're doing Shakespeare because it's Shakespeare. And I watched Coriolanus recently with, I'm forgetting his name, the fellow who played Voldemort, and Gerard Butler, and it was fantastic. So it inspired me. I love this play. It's a strange one. It's hard to do today because no matter what, Coriolanus kind of looks like the villain, because he just really hates common people. He hates the mob mentality, shall we say. So maybe there's a way to spin it. Anyway, Rome, the Roman people are upset with him because he's too haughty, so he just leaves. He wants to be consul, and he has to basically beg the commons, and they just keep throwing it at him. So he's like, forget it, I'm out of here. So now, in revenge for losing, and he's cut, like he's been injured, he's killed a whole bunch of Rome's enemies, and now, in vengeance for their treatment of him, he goes over to his worst enemy, Phidias, of the Volsces. So, this is him arriving at the enemy camp. And Phidias says, I know thee not, thy name. My name is Caius Marcius, who hath done to thee particularly, and to all the Volsces, great hurt and mischief. Thereto witness may my surname, Coriolanus, the painful service, the extreme dangers, and the drops of blood shed for my thankless country are requited but with that surname, a good memory, and witness of the malice and displeasure which thou shouldst bear me. Only that name remains, the cruelty and envy of the people permitted by our dastard nobles, who have all forsook me, hath devoured the rest, and suffered me by the voice of slaves to be whooped out of Rome. Now this extremity hath brought me to thy hearth, not out of hope, mistake me not, to save my life. For if I had feared death of all the men in the world, I would have avoided thee, but in mere spite, to be full quit of those my banishers, stand I before thee here. Then, if thou hast a heart of wreak in thee, that wilt revenge thine own particular wrongs, and stop those maims of shame seen through thy country, speed thee straight, and make my misery serve thy turn. So use it that my revengeful services may prove as benefits to thee. For I will fight against my cankered country with the spleen of all the under-fiends. But if it so be, thou darest not this, and that to prove more fortunes thou art tired, then, in a word, I also am longer to live most weary, and present my throat to thee, and to thy ancient malice, which not to cut would show thee but a fool. Since I have ever followed thee with hate, drawn tons of blood out of thy country's breast, and cannot live but to thy shame, unless it be to do thee service. And there's a tight moment, and then Phidias is like, yes! And Coriolanus joins the enemy. Is eventually talked out of it by his mother and wife and son. And then he's brutally murdered. Stabbed in the back. That's how these things go. Thanks again for joining me for Bedtime Verses with Kyle. You can follow me here, subscribe to my YouTube or my website, and there'll be new readings every weekday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good night. Sleep tight.